Union High School District. AIME, which stands for Anaheim Innovative Mentoring Experience, is a program that provides hands-on work experience for students across the district. So during the month of June, we all have been working with Modern Gourmet Foods, which is a company founded by Boaz Schonfeld. Under his guidance and his employees from Modern Gourmet Foods, we have successfully created the Kindness Cookie product and developed its brand. And we're here today to talk about it.
Very good.
All right, so one of our most important goals of this Kindness Cookie project is spreading the message of kindness and emphasizing that Anaheim really is the city of kindness. If we integrate kindness into our community, we can make it stronger and we can make more connections with more people, which redefines what it actually means to be in a community.
My name is Ariel, and another reason for the creation of the Kindness Cookies is to create a new source of income for the AIME Foundation. And we plan on raising money for the AIME Foundation by doing fundraisers, and with our profit goal, we plan to spend 50% on that for the AIME program and 50% for the school clubs and organizations to fund their sports equipment and other projects that they need.
Very good. So go back to that if you would. So a lot of charitable works rely on the goodness of people, and it's called philanthropy. You ask people if you actually go out and ask them for help. You have this charitable idea of helping students, so you ask for money. It's a great way to raise money. You also sometimes you get grants. But what I'm really impressed with this is that you're trying to make this program sustainable by using the free market and market conditions, so it kind of funds itself. So the AIME program is creating knowledge for students to come back and then fund sell cookies and fund the program and grow the program that way. It's really very, it's very innovative, very impressive. Let me go back on the kindness. Thank you for doing that, by the way. It's really, so I came to office six and a half years ago, ran on a platform of kindness, actually kindness and freedom, but particularly kindness, and it's about changing the culture. So if you imagine if you could change a culture of an organization, you could kind of change everything. And the way an organization changes culture is oftentimes a leader starts talking about it, and then people get the idea, and then they run with it. So it's think of your school. Oxford has a culture. I know there's a culture there of academics. I think of Loera, got a culture there of excellence. And I think of even when I was in high school, the Loera band always had this incredible. It was always the best. That type of thing. So and that just doesn't happen by itself. That you have to work at making a culture. So imagine a city has a culture of kindness. So if at the end of the day, if everybody's a little bit kinder, literally everything gets better. So let's say in your schools, if everyone is a little bit thinks, okay, I go to Oxford Academy or I go to Loera, we have a culture of being kind. So the chance of each person doing a kind act's a little bit greater, right? If you think, well, I go to Loera, we're supposed to be kind. I'm going to help this person sit by themselves at lunch. I'm going to go up and ask that person to join me. Or I see someone being bullied, maybe I get a group of students together to confront that bully. Often kindness takes courage. So, so at the end of the day, if our city has a culture of kindness, I believe that the chance of somebody doing something kind is a little bit greater. And if you put that on a graph, measure all the interactions amongst people every day. Kind here, not kind up here, right? Not kind to be ignoring people, which is what we often do. So if you live in a city of kindness, the chance of doing something kind is a little bit greater. This graph starts to change like this. When it does this, everything gets better. Your crime drops, your things like graffiti drops, your addiction. People get addicted to drugs oftentimes because they feel lonely and alone or and isolated. Bullying at schools drops. Imagine a bully operating where everyone else is being kind. So everything is there. So there's really important. Like, sometimes people hear City of Kindness, their first thought might be, well, that's nice, feel-good thing. It's much deeper than that, makes our city stronger, more resilient. They're prepared, you mentioned they're prepared when bad things happen. Right? When bad things happen, if people are connected through kindness, we can handle anything. But if we're not kind, maybe everyone's doing their own thing, all about me, we're in big trouble as a city. So what you guys are doing is really leading the way for a kind city. This has gotten the attention of the Dalai Lama with Anaheim. In fact, the Dalai Lama was here a month and a half ago, or a month ago, spoke to the principals in Anaheim. He heard about the Million Acts of Kindness done by the kids in the elementary school, came to Anaheim, had his 80th birthday. He believes the path to world peace is creating a culture of kindness in schools. And I tell you, everyone's looking at Anaheim. It's not just, there's other cities looking at Anaheim, looking at what you guys are doing. So this is fantastic. I'm really, you guys are, I mean, I would never came up with this idea. And I can tell you the whole AIME program came out of an idea of kindness. A bunch of seniors about 4 years ago in Valera, and Anaheim High and Oxford. They said, you know what, we need some help. We're learning how to take tests and do well in tests and things like that, but man, there's something else that we know we're not learning, that you can only get from being part of the business world. So we got businesses involved. You mentioned Boaz Schoenfeld and was it Gourmet? What's the name? What's that? Gourmet
Modern
Foods?
Gourmet Foods.
Modern Gourmet Foods. That's an act of kindness on their part. Other businesses have done that. Your teachers doing this, certainly all acts of kindness create this great thing that's happening. So anyway, I will. This isn't my presentation, but I want to let you guys know. Well, sometimes when you come mayor, you don't. Sometimes you don't shut up.
No,
But
I think it's important to hear directly from you in terms of how this whole thing started.
It's very important to know that this is not just a feel-good thing. This is serious stuff. And we're trying to make our city healthier and more resilient. So when bad things happen, safer, stronger, and it's going to start in the schools. And it's actually already started in the schools. This AIME program is very tied to it. So thank you guys for doing this. You know what? I really look forward to your success on this thing. So anyway, I'll go back to the presentation. Be kind to listen.
So I'm Sudhi, and this is our product, the Kindness Cookie. So during the course of our work at Modern Gourmet Foods, we had to go through many different manufacturers to find one that matched our needs in terms of budget and quantity. And in the end, we decided to go with a company called Too Good Gourmet. And Too Good Gourmet is located in Northern California. It's a mother-daughter run company. And the flavor that we decided to go with was lemon cake batter, which was the favorite among the taste testers at the district.
Oh.
And so the cookies will come in boxes like those, with 6 cookies in a box, which will be 6 ounces, comparable to the Girl Scout Samoas, which are approximately 7.5 ounces. And at first, our packaging design was a pouch, but when we changed to a box, the manufacturer agreed to let us adapt the design to fit on the box as well. And so the price for one box of cookies will be $1.98 plus 10 cents shipping per each box.
So originally, the design of the box, we were going to include stock photos just to have a general outline or a general design for our box. But working with the designers at Modern Gourmet Foods, they helped us realize that having actual pictures of students at AUHSD will help make the box a little more personal. And so we included these pictures so that the consumers will be able to see who is being directly supported with their purchase. And so along with the pictures in the back of the box, we included a little description of what Kindness Cookies exactly are and how it came to be and who the profits are going to support, which is the AIME Foundation and ultimately AUHSD students. And so these custom designed boxes are being manufactured and shipped from China, and they have a turnaround time of about 4 to 5 weeks, and so we will be placing the orders accordingly to have the boxes ready by November, which is when we are planning to sell our cookies.
Well, they're
Already ordered, yeah.
The order was placed already.
Wow. Okay.
Hi, my name is Ivy, and schools, clubs, and local organizations will be using kindness cookies as a meaningful fundraising vehicle. Furthermore, by selling the cookies, they will also be spreading the message of Anaheim kindness.
We'll be making available order forms in the beginning of November so that these clubs and other school organizations can pre-order the cookies. And we will also be having a week dedicated to selling just the kindness cookies in November so that other fundraisers throughout the school district will be blocked off and only kindness cookies can be sold.
So throughout the course of this project, we discussed many marketing strategies to help us advertise this product. First off, we decided to appeal mainly to the customer's desire to give back to charity. So we're really going to emphasize the kindness aspect of this product because, after all, we're not only selling the cookie, we're also selling the message of kindness.
Right.
Though our competitors like World's Finest Chocolates and Girl Scout Cookies might have a stronger brand name, we have a huge advantage because our cause directly resonates with the target market, which again is composed of AUHSD families. Furthermore, we will personalize the sales pitch because since we, the students, were directly involved in the making of this product, the cookies will hold more weight compared to the pre-packaged popcorn and chocolates that clubs usually sell. Lastly, we will take advantage of various social media platforms to raise awareness of our brand and create accounts on both Instagram and Facebook to promote upcoming events and fundraisers and overall just spread the message of kindness.
Hello, I'm Jason. So with our Kindness Cookies project, we set the end goal to be a minimum, that we want to sell a minimum of 10,000 units.
So Jason, just to let you know, the foundation approved the ordering of 15,000 boxes. So because the price point was lower, close to $2 versus $2.67.
Okay. So 15,000 units.
Good
news.
That's the way, you know, that's the way business is though, right?
Yeah.
That's the way business happens. You can't control all this stuff and it makes sense to, drop your price point down and like, okay, maybe you should be able to sell more, cheaper price still possibly. Right? Maybe not, never mind, sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, so each unit costs close to $2, which includes the packaging, the cookies, and the transportation, as well as the other expenses. And we wanted to target the boosters and clubs at $3.50, and then which could be sold to the end consumers at $5 a piece. So after this pre-selling period is over, we wanted to. After this pre-selling period is over, we will collect all the order forms from the different school sites, and then figure out how many boxes we need to. Sorry.
No,
After selling period is over, we will collect the order form from the different school sites and determine how many cookies we need to distribute.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and with these prices, the end goal profit would be $1.42 for us to go back in the AIME program per unit, and $1.50 per unit to go back into the clubs and organizations. With the money that goes to us, it goes right back into the AIME program to fund and expand more summer internships to give students more opportunities like we had with this. When we hit our goal, we will make a minimum profit of $50,000, revenue of $50,000 with the 10,000 units. With the 15,000 units now, we expect to make more. And then the profits for us will be a little over 14,000, and the profits for each school size clubs and boosters will be over 15,000.
Wow.
And that's the end of the presentation. Thank you.
So I have a question. Is this something that the students can present to Visit Anaheim's board?
Well, and I think the short answer is yes. The question, so the goal is to sell to a club for $3.50, and then they would in turn then sell it for $5. That's okay. So, and with the company Too Good Gourmet producing, are they doing the packaging as well?
Sure.
Or is it there?
Yeah, we place the order through them for the packaging, so they're getting the order, the boxes in, and then they're gonna package them at their facility.
Okay.
And
They'll arrive in Anaheim in a master carton of like 6 boxes full of cookies.
Because, and again, you always want to think big, right? So, clubs and organizations is great because it's kind of what you all deal with right now, but as Michelle had mentioned, there's a big pond out there in terms of kind of where I play in with the convention center and some of the hotels, and so there might be an opportunity to have them purchase these as well and then sell to visitors coming into Anaheim, or visitors attending a concert at the Grove or something like that. So this is an interesting opportunity, and what I like about it, one, I like cookies. I like cookies, right? But the packaging is fantastic, because I think whoever had mentioned it, you nailed it with the pictures, because you want to personalize what this product is and what it's doing. And I think if somebody's going through what we call a grab and go opportunity, so they're walking along the concession line, they see this display of cookies and they pick it up. And the key, just so you guys know, you want to get this in the hands of people, because when you put something in people's hands, they take ownership of it. So whenever you're out there selling something, you have the opportunity, put it in their hand, because once it's in their hand, they say mine. You go back to being a kid, it's mine. So you get in their hands and they see these pictures and, oh, Kindness, Anaheim, they start reading about the story. So the packaging is fantastic, and I'm sure the cookies, I wish I was on the taste test, but I'm sure the cookies are good as well. So I think there's a lot of opportunities that I'm happy to run with, and whether it's on, as Michelle mentioned, on the Visit Anaheim side, which is kind of the liaison with the hotels and the convention piece, but also, again, some of the other venues that the city owns, where we have millions of people coming through every year. So it's a great opportunity, and it's tangible because it's food and it's cookies, so that's great.
Oh, very good, Tom. Yes, so this is, it sounds like it probably even sustains itself with the fundraising at all the different schools, but as Tom said, boy, think big, think about all the people coming here, and it really is, I'm just kind of blown away. I'm super impressed what you guys did, super impressed, and you guys really, this is what education's like at the district. Oh my gosh, this is way beyond anything that anyone was hoping for, as far as an AIME program, giving you a view of how the real world works. So you guys were working with the folks at the Gourmet Food Place, and having that decision about the pictures, as Tom, as you mentioned. It's always the easiest thing to use stock pictures, but this, I think there's something about authenticity, where people want things that are authentic, especially now. And that's what people want, something real and connected. People, when they come to, as I'm just thinking of the convention, people come to Anaheim, there's a lot of people want to do good, they don't quite know how. Here's a way to kind of help the city that you came to visit in a small way, but by the way, you get a box of cookies, give your friends, and you eat yourself. It all fits really well. And then for me, the best, one of the best parts is that message of kindness. People start wondering, like, why are these called kindness cookies? It's not just by chance, it's not just a catchy phrase. It's really there's a bigger purpose. Even than spreading the money for the AIME program is to spread the word of kindness. So the kid who is maybe having a terrible day, who's sitting by herself at lunch, and maybe is new to the school and has no friends, that somebody says, you know what would a kind thing be? They look at the person and ask that question, and then go over. But if they don't ask the question at all, that never happens. That life doesn't get changed, and all the good things that happen from it. There's actually kindness. There's a bush called a bumble bush, which is a tiny little seed. And it's like kindness. You can plant the seed in the ground, and nothing could happen for years. But then years later, this beautiful bush grows, takes off like that. So kindness is like that. You do something. A kid sitting by herself, someone coming up to her, could change the life dramatically. And 10 years later, she could do a great kind act. And maybe she's the next Bill Gates, the richest person in the world. And she thinks, somebody was kind to me back then. I'm going to give 1,000 scholarships to kids who are kind, or something, based on that one little memory. That's how kindness works. It really is contagious. It will make the world a better place. And in Anaheim, we have this unique spot that the Dalai Lama is paying attention to. I'm actually going to meet with Lady Gaga tomorrow night. She's here in Los Angeles. She's very interested in what Anaheim's doing. She told me, and her foundation is about creating a kinder world. So a lot of people are watching this, and I just, gosh, I'm so excited about what you guys are doing and the success that I think this is going to bring. Now, in business, as Tom knows, you always have a plan, and something always happens where it doesn't go as planned. All right, there's in fact, there's a famous Mike Tyson quote. I don't know if you've ever heard that. Mike Tyson, who's a famous boxer, said, "Everyone has a plan until you're punched in the face." And business is that way. So something's not going to go away as planned. Maybe there's a delay in the product, or maybe some of the product might be damaged in shipping. Maybe some of the schools don't get on board, aren't enthusiastic about it. So there's all these different things that will happen that you have to deal with as you go forward. So
Tom, these guys, how much did we change from, I mean, what we started with? We were hit over and over with, okay, we're gonna go with this company, then nope, we can't, we can move with this company, and we had a bag, and then it was a box, and then the flavors, we tasted them, awful, the texture, awful, okay, forget that. So they really, and then at the end, it's like, we're all gone, and then we're still getting feedback saying, you know what, we have to change it, and we're not even together, working together anymore. So, yeah,
there you go.
They know a lot about that.
Okay,
that's
so
what we can do it.
and that's the way life is, and that's the way definitely the way business is, and so it also teaches you persistence, keep on going, even when things don't quite go your way. There's all sorts of lessons that you guys are learning that you might not think you're learning. But, yeah.
Mr. Warren, thank you for offering to have the cookies in the Kindness Center, but Convention Center.
It is the Kindness Center.
That might be the best idea ever.
But how would we get them into the Convention Center?
How would we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I'll say I was kind of figuring things out. We'll take the first 1,000 units. So as soon as they get here, we'll take 1,000 of them. And what we'll do with them, well, at first is we'll put them in our concession stand. So when you go through, and in lieu of grabbing that bag of chips, then you can grab a box of Kindness cookies. So we'll take the first 1,000, and obviously there's a lot of other opportunities, but in terms of how, that's it, we will buy them.
Just saw a sale happening in front of my eyes. Fantastic.
What other, Tom, Mayor Tait, what are some of the other possible venues that you have an army of kids here that can help, take them to different places?
Well, Superintendent Matsuda, what do you think about that? We have City Hall here, and we have, gosh, there's probably 1,500 employees who work here at City Hall, between here and across the way, so there might be a sale opportunity there. Similar to Girl Scout cookies, a lot of people purchase Girl Scout cookies here, so that might be an idea. We have Angel Baseball. We have the Ducks at the Honda Center. I'll be meeting with actually some of those folks. Maybe I could suggest that to them.
I was going to say.
Tom actually thought that all kind of under Tom's preview. Maybe I don't know if that makes sense to them or not, but I think it ought to make sense to them.
So you mentioned the hotel component. You also have Shaheen right across.
I was just going to say, I was just talking to Linda Sadeghi. You could talk with the owners of the packing house and see if they'd be willing to sell it at the packing house for everyone that comes by. They have a table of products, so that would be good. In Center Street, there's a farmer's market every Thursday. You could get permission from the Downtown Anaheim Association to have a booth there on Thursdays.
We certainly have, Disneyland down the street. And I don't know what their rules are, but that might be a possibility also.
The Halloween parade is coming up. There's thousands of people that attend the Halloween parade, which is how old is the tradition, Mayor? It's 90 years old.
That might be an idea. Fall festival. I'm just throwing out ideas, and all of them are kind of complicated. Not all, some are kind of complicated, but let's see.
booster piece that you had mentioned, which I think this is a great opportunity for those entities to raise money. So I think that's a core business that you're close to, and it's in all of your schools right now, in addition to the junior high school. So I think when you start kind of building your base of business, you want to kind of grab the low-hanging fruit. And I think that low-hanging fruit is those boosters. And then we start layering on top these other opportunities, whether it be the packing house or Center City, the Halloween parade, the convention center, the Grove, the Arctic facility. So, you know, that's where we can kind of come in and help. But I think as this gets going, other opportunities will actually pop up. I didn't think about that. And folks will probably come forward, and if there's a way to get this out from a PR standpoint, I'm sure the city can help with that people will come forward and say, hey, I'd be happy to sell those for you as well. So the word of mouth piece is big.
Yes, also other businesses in our AIME family, places like Kaiser Hospital.
Paul Place,
What's
Kaiser
that?
Hospital.
What's
Just
that?
a little place.
Yeah, little place like that. St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph's, all their administrative headquarters are right here on Center Street, and they're a partner with the AIME program.
All these folks who are partnering with the AIME program, heck, I think of my company, we partnered, I'm a part-time mayor, we have a company too that partnered with, I could see all sorts of people wanting to snack on these cookies.
So I like,
Your headquarters at the district. I
Oh,
bet you
yeah.
could sell 10,000 right there.
Yeah, the main thing, though, going back to what Tom's point is, like, make sure we have all of the low-hanging fruit, the boosters, the sites have to take ownership of this. And we have presented to the principals, the students will be asked to present this presentation to the principals, but they have a heads up, they know what's coming. They're excited about it, and I think it's going to, so let's take care of business first with our own people, our own institution internally, and then take advantage of Mr. Horton's generous offer for the first 1,000. And we're gonna be on our way, you guys, and I think it's gonna grow into something really significant very quickly.
You know, we also have the Anaheim Elementary School District for their fundraising efforts.
That's right.
And each school is raising money, but have them, your younger brothers and sisters at those school districts, that might be a great opportunity too. And certainly, like, all those folks.
We also have over a dozen breweries that might be interested in introducing some to offer to their customers.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
One of the things.
Maybe not high school
Well-
kids.
Well,
Yeah.
I think one of the things that, Tom, when you had the YPO group, the Young Presidents Organization, and having the founder of the Packing House share with us the marketing idea and the branding and the importance of having, the reason why everybody knows what the Packing House is, you guys have all been there, you're aware of that, is that it's very authentic, it's very Anaheim, greater Anaheim. You can't get that experience anywhere else, right? You can't go to Yorba Linda or other cities and have that type of experience. So what Kindness Cookies is really the Anaheim, is the brand of kindness, right? So it becomes one and the same, kind of like the Packing House. You can only come to Anaheim if you go to the Packing House. So that's why I really think through the mayor's work the past several years on helping to share the concept of kindness and branding the city as the city of kindness is huge. So thank you, Mayor, for allowing us to have this opportunity that will continue to build on the branding of Anaheim as a city of kindness.
Well, thank you. And you learn in business, for deals to happen, it has to be good for everybody, right? Those are the best deals, like ones that are good for everybody. So this is good for the schools, good for you guys. You're learning so much. It helps, I imagine it helps in all sorts of ways, and it certainly is good for our city to spread the word of kindness that we're trying to do, so people understand that we're a city of kindness, and a chance of them doing something kind of a little bit greater. So it all ties together, and this is the best type of business. It comes together and it's good for everybody. So, well done. By the way, super impressed with that presentation. And I can tell you, I was telling Michael earlier today, I used to be so scared of public speaking, just petrified. If I had to sit in your seat when I was in high school, I would have opted out of this deal altogether, because I knew at some point I was going to have to make a presentation somewhere, and I said, it would have frightened me to death. So don't, if I could add something, don't let that keep you back. If any of you have that issue for public speaking, oh, you do a little bit, you can tell, yeah. Petrified. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let, or any of that fear hold you back. Overcome that fear, whatever it is, and do the sky's the limit for all of you. Now you saw what business is like. And you have great teachers who teach you the fundamentals. You go out and use it and bring products and services to people in need. That's what grows this whole free market is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing how things get done with free people finding the need and coming together and addressing the need and creating something. You guys created this. It was nothing before. Now there's going to be something. We provided jobs. Oh, by the way, we provide jobs to whoever that mother and daughter little company making cookies. It's a big contract for them. They hire people, come in, they buy the flour from people. That's a contract for them. All this stuff comes from your creative mind in making this happen. So that's the beauty about business. So I'm going to pass these out to remind you of what city we're in. That says Anaheim City of Kindness. So if I can pass those out to see you guys pass those around. And then these are little tokens. And it says Anaheim City of Kindness. By the way, I mentioned Lady Gaga. She has one of these. But the Dalai Lama carries it with him everywhere. As it puts it on his breakfast table every morning, he told me. Anaheim City of Kindness. So I'll pass these around for everyone to take also. All right, I'm kind of hungry.
Cookies?
Yeah, I know, it's like my stomach's growling. Like, dang it, I want to try one of those samples. So what?